Ipsy gave her a bunch of products to look at and said,
pick what you want, honey.
we're paying you a boatload of money, so make it sound good. We'll start with that. Hello, my amazing YouTube family. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am back. I have birthed a large kidney stone, or several of them, and I named at least one of them Herman. I don't know. Let me know what you think, because it really did feel like I was giving birth, just gotta say. Anyway, I'm very happy to be back at it and filming my Ipsy Glam Bag X. Yes, this guy. Yes, I did cut my address off of the front. Why they had to put it there, I don't know. I have my own issues with that. As you can see, it is Ipsy. It is a light purple. This little puppy is the Glam Bag X. And, oh, do I have a lot to say about her. So you will hear two things going on in the background. One, my dad's TV, and two, you will hear the fan, because if I don't have that on, I will completely melt, and I'm not the Wicked Witch of the West. Although some may disagree with that. But anyway, we're here to talk about this box. Now I'm going to tell you that I know at least two of the products that are in here, and I also know two of the products that they hyped up beyond belief and sent to the large influencers, and I didn't get either of them, and we're going to get into that discussion. As I open this box, the Ipsy Glam Bag X is a $55 quarterly subscription. It is part of the Ipsy tier. You have the regular Ipsy Glam Bag at $12, the Plus at $25, and then every third month they're going to replace your Plus box if you choose to upgrade with this bad boy. It is supposed to have 8 products, and it's supposed to be valued. Usually they say it's only the second one, I think, at $300. I can, if you guys can confirm or, you know, change that, alter that, put the right numbers down. You know what to do down below. Anywho, I also did get this month's refresher, I think. Yes, this is the refreshments. I was so confused there for a minute. I got my razor blades, and I also ordered the shaving cream. So I just get this every month, and I really do enjoy the razor blades. I'm excited to try the shaving cream, but that's not what this box is about. This box is about this, and it is a Glam Bag X. And it is curated by Khloe Kardashian. We'll get into that too. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pull out the products and show you, and maybe talk about them just a little bit. I'm going to talk about the controversies and my opinions and just lots of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to pull out the highlight of it, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills ABH Modern Renaissance palette. I do have this palette. I specifically put it on my eyes today because I knew that we were getting this. This is a $42 or $45 palette. I know they started out at $42 and then she raised her prices. So I don't know what she's currently charging for this. Let me get mine and let me show you what it is. This is what we call an old school palette. It is, I believe, her second palette, because I believe she had, how many times can I say believe? I think she had the Makeup My Mario palette first. But it is a really pretty palette. It's fuzzy. I do enjoy her fuzzy palettes. You heard me mention that a million times in my collection video, which I may link below in case you haven't seen it and you want to. As you can see, this is a well-loved palette. Many dips have almost hit pan on several of the shadows. I happen to like this palette a lot, as you can tell. I will say one thing, that I think these two shades here, there's a bit of redundancy. This one is a moderate shimmer and this one here is a matte, but when I put them on my hand, they are so incredibly similar to each other. There's a little bit of difference on the eyes, and I am wearing them both. You can see the difference, but I really think she could have put in just a slightly different color in my opinion. I have played with every single shade in here. This is predominantly matte, which some of her later palettes I think got too shimmer heavy, and she forgot about the quality and the basics of having these mattes in here. It's a palette that you can just use on the daily basis, and you can use it for some drama as well. If you are a makeup connoisseur, collector of any kind, you're going to own this palette. I got this 3 years ago. Quite a bit, maybe almost a year after it came out. Are you talking to me again?
I didn't understand that.
Telling you. freaks me out every time it does that. But for those who may not have ever seen this palette, I will swatch her shimmers, and they have a beautiful creamy formula. They are so soft. I did not experience any fallout, and they are really pretty. I'm wearing both of them on my eyes currently. So the next thing I have here, which I am actually excited to see, it is an item from Olaplex, and I enjoy Olaplex products. They're very expensive, which is why I don't purchase them too often, but this is something that I've never tried, and it is their Intensive Bond Building Hair Treatment number 0. The only thing I don't like about the number 3, even though I think it does do some very nice things for your hair, is you have to wet your hair, then put it on. Leave it on for at least 2 hours. I usually like to leave it on overnight, and then the next day you have to wash your hair. You have to wash it out, and you're not going to see like this immediate smoothing thing, but it does work, I think, over time, the more times you use it and if you do it consistently. Problem is, for me, that process can get a little tedious, so that's why I haven't done it in a while. I'm hoping that this one is not as difficult, maybe easier to use, at least for me, and I will find that out when I get into the booklet. But I am excited about this. I believe that I picked this item. You do get to pick several. I think it's 3, I believe. I'll have to look it up on my phone to confirm, but you get to choose several products. The Modern Renaissance palette was chosen for me, by the way. I don't need this, but out of all of the other choices, I chose this because I can probably put it into a giveaway. Let me freaking tell you what it is. It's the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Vacuum Cleaner. This is the one that you put on your blackheads. It's like an icy blue color. When it dries down and you wash it off, it's supposed to magically make all of your blackheads disappear. Works, I think, to a moderate degree. The next thing I have here is the Pink Diamond Cleansing Balm from Rhode Isle. This is a UK-based brand, and I haven't tried this product. The products that I did try, I said some I liked, some I did not. I have a lot of cleansers. I may have even chose this, again, because I didn't like the options. I hate when you pull the tab off and it doesn't take all the plastic off, and then you have to go through that little extra step to stab it with something. Okay, I just got a little on my finger. It feels a little bit gritty, and it's almost an oil. Yeah, it's that balm that's going to turn into an oil. It has a very florally smell, which does not make me happy. The next thing I have here is from Tower 28, and I think they chose this for me. And it is a gloss, I believe, in the color Cashew. I have one gloss that I got in a little gift set that Clara Barrera had sent me, and I do really enjoy their glosses. This is an interesting color. One that I do not think is going to go with my look. I'm going to try it on because, well, why not? I'm going to use the mirror that Stephanie, Random Reviews with Stephanie, gave me. This has a flat applicator, in case you were wondering. Okay, it's on the sheer side. It does have some pigment to it, but it's not going to be that overwhelming brown color. And this one I don't think smells. The peachy color does come across, so I would definitely wear this with a more peachy look. But the glosses are very comfortable. They're not sticky. They don't give you those stringy things between your lips. It's an enjoyable product to use, so I'm really glad to have it. So the next thing I have here is something that I chose. I didn't want to choose another skincare product, but again, as far as my options went, this is the CEO Glow Vitamin C and Turmeric Face Oil. I've used this previously in the past, and I do like it. So as I said, I just have a ton of oils, and I didn't want another. But I know that this is definitely a good product, and for me, I think it is worth the money. So I have that. Now, I think I also chose this one because I didn't like anything else either, and I do really enjoy Violet Voss. This is the Wildflower palette. I don't have this one. Shocking, I know. The inside matches the aesthetic of the packaging on the outside. I think it's just a standard palette. This is kind of a combination of so many of the Violet Voss palettes, but I love palettes, so I'm never going to complain about getting them. This is very well curated. I think, at least in my opinion, that many people will get use out of this because it has 4 very standard mattes that you can use for your crease. You can build it up with the deeper chocolate color here. Oh, her shadows are so soft and smooth. Now I know that's deep enough for my skin tone to deepen it up. I don't know if anyone of a darker complexion than I would be able to really get a dramatic look out of it. If you have an opinion on that, I would love to hear it. But I think the 4 mattes actually it's 5 mattes, I'm sorry. They've got the cream bone colored shade, which I absolutely love. I love having that in every palette. And this one's fairly pigmented. Even though it's so light, you can still see it on my hand, basically. And it has 5 lovely shimmers. I will just swatch one of them for you. But again, I do honestly think that I've seen these shades in so many of her other palettes. Super pretty, and I will definitely get use out of it. The next thing is, which I also knew about, I kind of forgot about some of the other things until I saw them and it jogged my memory. I don't remember anything about the Violet Voss palette actually though. That's, I think, the only one. I saw that I was getting this and I was very excited to try it until I saw the color that they chose for me. It's called Ebony. Now it looks brown here, but in the picture with the swatches it looked black. To me, ebony, it means black, so I assumed black. This looks like a dark brown. Again, let me just shut up and tell you what the gosh darn product is. It is her brow pen. Again, as I said, I have been interested in trying this. Never went out and purchased it. I absolutely adore her regular brow pencils. I unfortunately cannot think of the proper name of what they are. I will put it on the screen. The only problem I have with them is that the spoolies break very easily. Inevitably, I will not finish the product without the spoolie breaking off, which to me at a $21 or $24 price tag is an unacceptable thing to happen. I have complained, have never received a response back. I do believe this is a liquid because it has a little shaky bally thingy. It looks like an eyeliner, so I am most definitely going to keep this separate, though it does say brow pen really largely on here. So it has the tip, it looks like a felt tip, just like an eyeliner would, and you are supposed to get brow-like strokes. Now I'm going very lightly, and it did indeed do that. Okay, I will tell you a couple of things. One, it's fairly wet, which I think is a good thing because if it's dry you have to drag it and it's not going to work. The color is not as bad as I thought. I would love a bit of a lighter color on the inner part of my brow towards my nose, but it's really not bad. It's a nice cool tone, which is perfect for me. I always use my finger, especially when I'm using a liquid, something like this. I bounce it on my cheek so I can get a little bit of precision. It was very easy and very quick to do this brow. I would probably spoolie out the inner part over here, but with that first application, I'm quite happy with it. Let me do my other eyebrow, and then I'll come back and talk about it some more. Okay, I will say this. It is harder to do the brow that is not your dominant side. I am right-hand dominant, and it was very easy for me to do the strokes. Anyway, when I went to do my left, I struggled a little bit as far as the inner corner here. It was easy to do this part, but I had to work the right angle in order to get some semblance of strokes or anything, and I didn't accomplish that thoroughly, in my opinion. So I think it's going to take a little bit of finagling to get the right technique. And I tried it with my left hand. I absolutely could not coordinate. So that's just something to note. But I honestly, at first try, really liked the product. And okay, they did choose correctly for me. But in my opinion, tell me if I'm wrong, but if you hear ebony, aren't you going to think black? That's just my thought. Now this last product. Oh my goodness, if they don't stop doing that, there must be kids outside and they're like smashing the stop sign with something. That's like the 4th time. Anyway, this is the 111 Skin Rose Gold Radiance Booster. I do believe I have received this before. Most of 111 Skin products are additives to either a moisturizer or whatever. You can use them straight up, but they all say booster or something to that effect. They're serums. The packaging is really quite pretty. It's in a dropper form. Now, this product, all 111 Skin products, are valued at ridiculously high products. Most of them have good ingredient bases, but in my non-professional opinion, I don't think that the ingredient base is supported by the supposed price tag. Now here's the other thing. It's very runny serum and it looks like it might have some little micro encapsulated stuff going on there. I can't remember if I tried this, to be perfectly honest. I think it does have a rose scent, which doesn't thrill me. It soaks beautifully into my skin. Many of their products don't have bad ingredients, but we're going to get into ingredients in just a minute once I get into the pamphlet and start reading about it. Let's get into the pamphlet, shall we? I feel so astute when I put on my glasses.
Not really.
And if my eyes look watery, it's because I just choked on my coffee as I was drinking it. Anywho, so this is called your Invitation to Glam. And as I said, it is curated, and I'm putting that in quotation marks because we're going to get into that in a minute, by Khloe Kardashian. Now, I'm going to say this first. I was going to save it and try to put it another way. I'm just going to say it. Do you think for one cotton picking minute that the items that we got in these boxes are 100% items that she thought of to use? Or do you think possibly that Ipsy gave her a bunch of products to look at and said,
Pick what you want, honey.
we're paying you a boatload of money, so make it sound good? We'll start with that. I'm going to go over first what I received and talk about them, and then I'm going to go over the products that they advertised, that they hyped up, that got people interested in the bag, and we'll discuss those. So the ABH palette, which of course, again, this is mine. Okay, it's $45. I know that this, in fact, most definitely started out at $42, but she raised all of her prices. So it says that it's a range of neutrals to berries in matte and metallic finishes, and they all have Khloe's stamp of approval. Now, this may be a palette that she owns. I will say that. We've received ABH products before, so it's not out of the ordinary for this to be a possibility of being in our box. Now, I can say, if you do not have this palette, how fabulous is it that you would have gotten this palette in the box? But for most makeup enthusiasts, as I've said before, you probably already have this. Again, purely speculation, totally my opinion. So the next thing that I received is the Tower 28 Shine On Milky Lip Jelly. This is $14, and she says that she uses it. This gloss lives in my purse for easy touch-ups over whatever lip I'm wearing. Really? Am I being salty? Yeah, but I'm really happy to have this. For me, this one I am so pleasantly surprised, at least upon first application, how it works. I'm afraid that it's going to dry out very quickly because these have a tendency to do that. My Benefit Brow, the one with the little prongy thingies, I barely got to use it 3 times before it was dry and it cost me a fortune. But anyway, this is $22. Why she loves it? She pretends like she's drawing on little hairs and her brows are perfected in no time. Something tells me she really doesn't do her own makeup. Just my opinion, you know. So it says that those are the items that she picked. Of course, there's a bunch more that you could have gotten. We'll go over that in a minute. And then it says these are the ultra personalization items. It says these are Glam Bag X exclusives. And first one is the Olaplex No. 0 Intensive Bond Building Treatment. Let me see. They don't tell you how to use it. Okay, interesting. They say to apply this to dry hair, saturate from root to tip, and then you're going to wait 10 minutes and you're not going to rinse. Then you're going to apply the No. 3 to this already saturated hair, and you're going to leave that for 10 minutes, and then you're supposed to rinse it, shampoo, and condition. So this really, I think, only works in combination with the number 3. And that's how I think I want to test it, because that's what they're suggesting. I still have some of the number 3 left. I don't think 10 minutes really does it, because on the number 3 it says like, a couple of hours, and maybe, I don't know. I'm still really happy to have it. But anyway, what is the cost of it? Did I say it's $28? I don't know if I said it's $28, but it's $28. The same cost as the number 3, which, again, it's really a lot of money. So I basically look at this just like I look at my other boxes. It's $55 for the box. We're getting 8 products, so basically, times 7 is 56. We're basically paying approximately $7 for each item. So far, I'm doing well. I'm pretty happy. The Sunday Riley CEO Glow Vitamin C and Turmeric Face Oil. This particular size is $40. They do sell larger ones that I think are $85 and over $100. Definitely a good product. It's going to have to sit to the side for a little while. I have like 2 vitamin C things open. Vitamin C products you do not want to open and not use, because they will lose their efficacy. They won't hurt you, but they're going to lose their efficacy of getting rid of dark spots and brightening your complexion if you have them open and they're exposed to the air for too long. Oh, I forgot the other thing that was in her must-haves, and I don't think I talked about it yet. No, I did not. So the 111 Skin, the Rose Gold Radiance Booster. This supposedly retails for $135. It says that it's Chloe's secret weapon for skin that looks lit from within. It does contain rose water and niacinamide. She says it looks fab on her bathroom counter and even better on my skin. Alright. Here's my thing with this. Does anyone remember how much this cost in the Boxy pop-up sale? I think maybe it was under $20, if I am correct. If any of you remember, please let us know down in the comments. Violet Falls palette, I must have done it as an add-on or something, because it's not supposed to be in the box. And the other thing that's not in here, although it is on my phone, the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. It says that I picked it, but I don't see it in here unless I'm going cuckoo. That's a possibility. But this little puppy is $42, which I think is definitely a most excessive price tag for it. There are a lot of Dr. Brandt products I love, but I'm not going to go out and pay $42. So the fact that I got it in the box for, the $7 is definitely a good thing. Now let's talk about a couple of other things. I already mentioned the fact that I think they dumped a bunch of products in front of Chloe and said, just, pick whatever you want, make something up and put it in the box, in my opinion. What they hyped up and what they showed was, number 1, the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, which I think is overpriced, but it has nice ingredients. It's got some sunscreen in it, and I happen to like it. I just won't go out and pay the money for it, but it's not a bad product. They hyped that up. It was on that advertisement, and they showed it. And I know everybody was hoping. I have not seen one person get it. From what I understood after I heard a couple of people talking about it, is you either got a palette or you got the Charlotte Tilbury cream. Not cool in my opinion, but from the people that I've watched, I've seen everyone get palettes, and we're going to get into that one in a second. Now the other thing is, you could have either gotten the 111 Skin or the Herbivore Botanicals. Now the 111 Skin is valued more, but to me the Herbivore Botanicals I know to be the real product, the one that's sold in retail stores here, even though it's only $58. It's the Prism AHA Exfoliating Glow Facial. I would much have rather received that, and that's the one that they hyped up and that they showed. The other item that they showed, how many times am I going to say that too, was the One Size palette from Patrick Starr, the Visionary Eyeshadow Palette. This palette is valued at $42. Now personally, it doesn't look like a very interesting palette, one that I would have gone out and purchased, but if I was able to have received it in a box that I paid $7 an item for, I would have been thrilled. Here's the thing for me, that is a new palette. That palette has a very recent launch date. So they put a brand new palette as an option that they hyped up and that they showed, and then they put a palette that's been around for a very, very long time, but it's frequently on sale, and if their palettes are going to go on sale, that is most definitely one of them that is going to. In my opinion, they should have had a comparable newer release palette, I think, that would have compared to something with the Patrick Star, because again, even though the palette didn't interest me and I wasn't going to purchase it, I would have still liked to have had it to be able to try the formula and report back to you. The other items that were available are your standard items that I think we could receive at any particular time in the box. I'm very surprised to see that they had the Morphe setting spray in here. They also have the bag themselves itself as an option as one of the items, and I don't think that's right. Because with the Plus, yes, they include the cost of the bag, but you're still getting your 5 items plus the bag. So for them to say the bag is part of your 8 items, I completely disagree with. So this was a very long video, quite the ranty video, which I can sometimes do, but again, the thing is, I'm always going to be honest with you. These are just my opinions, as I said, from a person who pays for the box themselves, like all of you do. I'm giving you my thoughts on what I would like to see, what I think is okay and not okay, and the best part about it is I get to hear your feedback, what your thoughts are, how you feel. You can disagree with me, and that's perfectly acceptable. I welcome it. But now let's break down the box in the way that I do. For $55, are there useful products to me that I'm going to use, and am I happy that I paid the $7 each for them? Absolutely. So for me, even though I feel that there are some shady little things going on, and do I really believe that they need to pay Chloe a boatload of money and advertise it for things that I know she's really not using, and she really didn't say this has to be in the box, when we're receiving brands that, as I said, are already in our boxes anyway. Does it matter in the end? No. It's just fodder for things for me to discuss and talk about with you guys. Most importantly, I would love to hear your thoughts on anything, everything, and all of the above if you so choose. I want to thank you guys so very much. I just have to tell you how amazingly wonderful you people are. The comments and the reaction that I got from the little music video that I put up, I was blown away. I didn't even know if anyone is actually going to watch it. I have over 700 views on it and not one thumbs down on it. And the most amazing, beautiful comments that any person could ever hope to receive. If I'm in a bad mood, I just go read some of those comments, because you people are so kind, and I'm literally, I was speechless reading them. You're so gracious and you're so wonderful, and I'm so blessed that you are all, I'm sorry I'm getting teary-eyed, but I'm so blessed that all of you are part of this channel, and I truly cannot thank you enough. And the fact that you said you want to see more, so what I'm hoping to do is maybe put up one a month, maybe 2 a month, and if you guys watch it and you enjoy it, I would love to do that. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you, as I've said over and over again, and of course, my friends, stay healthy, stay well, take care of each other, and whatever part of this amazing world you're in on around, I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you have an amazing week coming up. I will see you really soon in my next video. Much love, everybody. Bye. I will tell you that the Glipsy rebuild broken bonds to give strands there.